Tech for Senior Live, Thursday, December the 2nd. Welcome, everyone. If you are listening and you are joining our little chit-chat this morning to talk about tech and have coffee with us, put your name in the chat. Tell us where you're from. Tell us what the weather's like. It's going to be a nice day here. The rain has stopped, and the sun is actually going to come out today. My gosh, that's great. We're going to have a really nice night. We have a good show for you today, and I'm going to introduce everyone. You've probably all know that famous guy, Huey Popluck. Huey?
Oh, me. Yes, hi.
And everyone knows Security Bob.
Good morning.
Good morning. So, Huey, how did your Thanksgiving go? What happened? We weren't online last week, so did you have a nice Thursday?
Yeah, the village that I live in, the little community, we have a big clubhouse, and they cooked a Thanksgiving dinner. Because of the situation we're in, I took takeout and brought it back home, but it was delicious. They did cook turkeys. They didn't buy the big things and just slice it off.
Mm-hmm.
They actually cooked turkeys, so it was delicious.
The smell must have been really nice, eh?
Yeah.
And Bob, you had family time. You're fortunate. You have your family in your area.
Yeah, we spent time with family, kids, grandkids, great grandkids, and yes, there was a real turkey that got cooked. Actually, two of them. One was a traditional in the oven, and the other one was done on a smoker. Boy, was it good.
Oh, really? Like a smoker outside? You mean like a smoker?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And what I missed about having somebody else's turkey is the best part to me is taking the carcass and just breaking up all of the bones. And I put a big bowl in the refrigerator, and for days, after all the meat is pretty much taken off the bone, I just sit there, put a little salt on it, and just eat it right from the bones. Get right down in there and get into the between things. Oh, I love that.
Amazing. But of course, we sold our place in Arizona, so we're not going back. One of the things I'd always wanted to do was deep fry a turkey. And someone actually, when I was down there, gave me a deep fryer. So the deep fryers, got sold with our place, and I never did get around to deep frying a turkey. Have you guys ever eaten a deep fried
Just
turkey?
make sure that turkey is totally dry before you put it in, because otherwise,
and far from your house. I had
yes.
I had some friends that were out of their home for almost a year while it was rebuilt, because when the turkey went in, the fire came out and it burned the place almost down.
But have you guys tasted deep fried turkey?
Yeah.
And is it good? Do you like it? Is it?
I prefer just oven baked.
Oven baked, eh? Bob, have you tasted deep fried?
Didn't care for it.
Didn't care. Okay.
Didn't care for it.
Maybe I didn't miss much. I guess
it's also possible that the person who made it didn't know how. So
let's see who's listening. Huey, we got some people listening.
Yeah, there's the first one.
Sally from Kirkland, Washington.
Windows 11 is fine. I've been telling you that for quite some time, I think.
And Jolin's here. Greetings from Hello Country. Gerald Smith, West Seattle, for rain showers. What do you mean rain showers? It's going to be nice today. We're sending you the good weather. And Dorothy in Victoria, she probably is going to have good weather. Looks good. Bobby from Phoenix. Yes, perfect weather. Perfect weather. Yes, indeed. And JJ's here from Illinois, 55 degrees. Watching on Facebook too. Well, we're going to talk about Facebook today. Clark Walker from Trenton, New Jersey, 60 degrees. Bill H from Oregon. Steve from Kirkland, Washington. Earl Miller, Mesa, Arizona, 65. Well, it's not that hot yet. Detlef just watched the ISS flyover. Now, I wonder, is he here or is he back in Germany? Do we know that?
We don't, but I think he's probably back in Germany.
So we can say we're international. We're broadcasting across the
transcontinental. We're
intercontinental. Yeah,
we're always because of Canada and the U.S. We're always two countries anyway. So
Dallas says he's in Berlin. Hey, this is cool. Wow, this is so exciting. We're broadcasting to Europe. That's great. Jenny says hello all. And yeah, cool. It's very, very interesting. So do you want me to play a clip? I've got a little clip. You wanted to talk about something here. Do you want me to play my clip first, or do you want?
Yeah, why don't you do that?
Okay, I got something to show you guys, and I want you to listen to this, and I want your comments. Now, this is actually what I'm going to talk about on Monday. So anyway, but I'm going to play you this, and you can see what you think. So this is an example. If the television is playing, and this is on cable TV, what happens when you get a call coming in on your portal device? Well, your portal device will ring, but you're watching television. So you now have to switch the input from cable to the portal. We accomplish this by hitting the home button. And now you can see that I have the portal as an input on my TV. So I'm going to connect with this. So we'll click the home button, and here you can see the contacts of my Facebook Messenger, and these are the people who I can connect with on my portal. And you'd see the portal. You'd see, for example, Byron could be calling me, and you'll just click accept, and then you'll be on the call. And I'll show you this a little bit later.
Okay. What happened?
We don't have your audio, Ron.
Nope. That's because when that started, it muted.
Sorry, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
All right, here's the device. The device is, you'll see that is here, and this fits on top of your TV. And here's the remote. Now, what you probably saw all those. You can use, of course, on this device. You can use. There's Prime Video, Netflix. So you don't need another device. It is a streaming device for you, including Zoom. And this is so cool. So does the portal have a phone number or no? So here's how it works. Is it works on either you can either connect, excuse me, through Facebook Messenger, WhatsApp, or Facebook Workspace. So any of those devices that you have, it'll automatically pick up your contacts. Now, and you're going to see this on Monday, but I think this is really a cool device. Now, and I'm going to say this for a couple of reasons. One of which are seniors, and seniors often have a difficult time with technology, and also, even though we could provide them with like an iPad, and we could set it all up so it's pretty easy for you to get and connect with your loved ones, even having anything electronic or a computer or whatever, some people just don't get it or don't want to be bothered. But they all have televisions, and Televisions work really, this works great. It just connects to an HDMI port in your TV, and bingo, it's operational. Now, the other thing is it's all controlled by Alexa. So if you wanted to, use Alexa, it's all controlled as well from Miss A. So here's Bob back again. Where'd you go?
Click the button and it took me out of StreamYard.
So anyway, I don't know what's happening to my voice here, but so it's a cool device. I'm going to be talking about it on Monday. What type of TV do I need to purchase to be able to listen to it? No, well, any TV works. In fact, you don't need a smart TV. In fact, you could use, I don't know who has a non-smart TV anymore, but if you had, all you need is an HDMI input to connect into the TV. So you don't, and then the TV, the portal TV connects wirelessly to your internet. You do need an internet connection, and then and away you go. Now, John says we got one because Honey and Catherine told us how much they love it. They don't learn exactly. The other thing that I'm going to show you on Monday, which is so cool, we're actually going to record it this afternoon. Byron's going to help me, my friend. I'm going to be sitting in the kitchen talking on the TV. Gail's going to come in the other way into the kitchen. Well, as soon as that happens, the cameras pick this up. They adjust the screen, and the cameras actually turn around. So Gail and I are in the kitchen, right? You can see both of us. The cameras actually follow and adjust. And there's 6 array microphones that so it doesn't matter where you are in the room. It's like you're talking right into the microphone. And then
so I'm lost. Which device or what device are we talking about?
The Portal TV device. It has the cameras. It sits on top of your TV, and it has the cameras that are pointing towards you. But as I said, as people come in or out of the the room, the cameras all will readjust the size and the screen so that you get everybody in there. And because it's got 6 microphones on the top, it's a whole array, so it's pretty cool. It's really cool. I'm just doing the video now, and I'll have it ready for Monday. So I want to just your thoughts and to let everyone know lots more coming on this device. I think it's a very interesting device.
Who makes it?
Facebook.
Oh, it's a Facebook device. Okay.
But I won't use WhatsApp or Facebook on my phone. Well, you don't have to use, you just use Facebook Messenger is how you connect, or you can connect through WhatsApp.
We use Duo.
Yeah, but now the other thing is with this as well, there's also a Zoom app on there as well. So again, if you had a TV that didn't have, or you didn't have a computer, you didn't have Zoom, you didn't have a tablet, but you did have a TV that wasn't even a smart TV, then this plugs in and makes it all happen, you see? So I think it's a really cool device. It's not going to work for you or I or Huey, because we already have all this technology, right? But in the right type of person, this is pretty cool, I think. Anyway, we're going to talk lots more about this on Monday. Yeah, we're going to talk lots about this on Monday, and I'll have a big video out for it, and we can talk about it. Huey, you were going to talk about phone plans. You discovered something this week.
Yeah, this past weekend, I happened to see all of the telephone companies were offering huge trade-ins to get a new phone. And so I thought, well, maybe I'll bite if I can get something, because I've looked in the past and my phone is like $35 trade-in, not worth it. Well, when I looked up this weekend, it was $800 trade-in towards either a Pixel Pro 6 or the what's the one that Chris Gould bought, the Galaxy 21 Ultra.
Mm-hmm.
That one's a little bit more expensive. So it would have been one would have been $3 more a month, and the other one was free, I think, something like that, with the trade-ins. However, it depends upon your plan. So I called first and talked to somebody on the phone for quite a while, and then right across the street is an AT&T store, which is my provider, and it's actually a company store. It's not a authorized dealer, and they tried to work out and find out what I could do. I pay about, with taxes, about $143 every month. I have an iPad on there that has LTE. I have an iPhone that I bought, and I've got 5 or 6 more payments at $15 a month, but they reimburse it. So all I'm paying for is the line for it, and I use that as a hotspot. And then I have Robin's phone and my phone. My phone's an older Galaxy S8 Plus. So for me to get the phone almost free would be great, but they don't have a plan that works for me. My plan would go up about $35 a month, which is what the phone would cost if I didn't change the plan. So I'm stuck between a hard place and a rock, deciding whether I might want to do something, because
Oh,
the phone's only going to be what, 30 months, where if I change plans, it's forever until the next plan. But
John,
they give
sorry, go ahead.
the the other thing is the they give you a whole bunch of it's not throttled, and you get a whole bunch of data per device, which is really good. And they throw in HBO Max, I think it is, or HBO included in it. So you get a little bit more, but I'm trying to keep it at what I'm paying now. I don't want to really pay more. And I said, well, what if I buy out the phone, the iPhone? Well, that didn't make any difference. And what if I took off the anyway, it changes, the number of devices changes how much each one is going to be. So no matter how I come out of it, it's going to cost me more money.
So Jolin says, other than paying over time, what's the benefit of paying off a phone? Sorry, other than paying over time, what is the benefit of paying off a phone over time versus buying it outright?
There's no advantage of buying it outright, because they give it to you with no interest.
When interest was still something that you actually earned, that would have been great.
Yeah.
Nowadays, with interest where you earn nothing, no matter what you got in the bank, it really doesn't make that much difference.
Well, there is one little thing that I would add, is that if you have to be careful on what they charge you as the retail price going into the sale, because a lot of times these phones are on sale for $200 off, or you can get a better deal on them, and then it's better to buy it outright, because you're paying over time on. It's like when you buy a car and lease it, right? You're paying the full price over time, right? Bill says, can we get a Google phone without a provider like Verizon? Sure. Buy an unlocked phone. Get it from Google. It's unlocked. You can buy it, no problem.
That's how I bought my Pixel 6.
Yeah.
It was unlocked.
Unlocked, yeah.
You put in the SIM card from whatever provider you wind up choosing, but you're not married to that provider. You don't have a 2-year contract that you're hooked into. If you want to change tomorrow because somebody came out with better service, you're not locked into anybody.
And Bernard says, Huey, you should look into consumer cellular. They're very cheap, but you have to buy your phone direct.
Yeah, and I've got 4 devices, and it would be a big mess for me to change at this point.
Right.
So I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I may still do it. Pay the extra bucks and get a new phone. But mine's starting to give me some trouble anyway, and to be able to get $800 out of it now is not a bad deal. Even though I'm paying for it eventually anyway.
Yeah. Bernard says, but Huey, you pay over $100 per month. I pay $25 a month.
Yeah. He's
got the great plan. Hey, just one thing to remember, you guys. Remember, and I want everyone listening to this. You need to watch my show our show last week on 2-factor authentication. You can't be changing your phone numbers, because this is all tied into your security. And so when you're hopping around, keep those phone numbers because you can't be changing them, or you're going to be into a lot of trouble.
Yeah, and also I get right now the plan I'm on, I'm getting 20 some odd gigabytes a month of data. Although it's going to be, I think it's going to be like 30 gigabytes per device when I go to the new plan. So it's going to really be a whole bunch. But if you went to something like consumer cellular, you get like 1 gigabyte or something. You don't get much, and then you got to pay increments of it. So it starts piling up pretty quick too, if you use it.
Right. And everyone shouldn't forget about Google Fi, because that's what I have. I have Google Fi. Unfortunately, I have to be leaving Google Fi this year because I, won't be coming back to a residence in the United States. But Google Fi is a good service. It's run by Google, and so you might want to have a look at that. They have deals with the Pixel phone as well, so you might want to have a look at that.
Well, Google itself has that plan where the phone is part of all the things
Yeah.
you purchase. And if I wasn't already with a carrier, I would have just said, hey, this isn't really that bad, because you get your phone, you get your storage, you get your phone service, and all of it is in one package, one shot, and that's all you pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and who is it? I think it's T-Mobile is advertising no fees, because
T-Mobile has no taxes, no nothing. I pay
yeah,
straight.
well, yeah, they include it all is what they're doing.
Yeah. Well, but we have two lines, and I'm paying $60 a month for 2 lines with unlimited.
Do they throttle you after a certain amount?
If you go, only if you're tethering and that kind of stuff. I've never run into a problem of actually being cut back.
Oh, and that plan also, the new plan has 5G included, and of course the phone would be a 5G phone.
Bernard reminds us that Congress passed a law that you can take your phone number with you.
Yeah, but it's when you got 4 devices, that's 4 numbers you got to move.
Jolin's saying I'm looking into Google. Yeah, it is a good service, and I certainly enjoyed it. And Roberta says I pay $100 a year, AT&T prepaid old plan, no data, use hotspots for data. Lots of choices, lots of choices out there, eh?
Yeah, but the old plans, a lot of them, once you try to make a change, that you can't use them, and then if she buys a new phone, they may not let her do it on that plan, and then she'll have to go to a different plan.
Mm-hmm. Jim says I use Google Voice number on multiple phones. Yeah, Google Voice is cool.
Yep.
Yeah, I have that for my home. I have a home phone, and that's a Google Voice number.
Mm-hmm. That works.
It's actually VoIP. Google Voice is a VoIP setup.
Yeah.
Only you don't have to pay anything for it. That's free.
Yeah. AT&T won't allow me to move my old home landline to a cell phone. Yeah, that's a problem.
Right. Yep.
That's a problem. But you won't, 2-factor won't set up on a landline, so that shouldn't be a big problem. You want to use a mobile number. Google is my phone provider. It costs me $20 to switch and no monthly. Yeah. Google is my provider. Yeah, that's right. So you're probably using Google Fi, which is good. Oops, phone number, right? All right, shall we get to work? Do you want to do some articles?
Let's do that.
Do you want to do some articles?
That was a good discussion.
Yeah. Oops, I got the wrong one here. Let's me just share. Share screen. Here we go. Do it here. And I'll just make this a little bit bigger for you. Tell me when you think here. That. Okay, see that?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
If you're following along and you're following along with us, you can certainly just go to our Facebook page and you can follow the articles. If you want to read the articles as we're going along, then you can certainly look at them. All right, let's go down and see what we've got posted. Bob, how did you get this in? You snuck in it. Is that what you did when you popped
I finished that video like at 5 seconds before I went live.
You're always number one, eh? You're number one in our hearts. There you go. So
this is a short one, but a good one.
Okay. So we'll maybe play that on Monday, eh? We'll see how things go. But 6 tips to protect holiday tech. Okay. Well, we'll have to watch it. Maybe we'll play that on Monday. How long is it, Bob?
It's a short one, so we're talking about 2 minutes or less.
Okay. I'll put that on the list for Monday, eh? Let's see here. These are the top things. Oh yeah, this was a cool. I was telling everyone this was cool. They're the top 10 things that users bought on Amazon Canada. Well, on Cyber Monday. So I thought I'd just if we went down to the list
on Black Friday.
Let's said Cyber Monday. Where the heck's the article?
These are the top 10 things Yahoo users bought on Amazon Canada during Black Friday.
That is the article.
Yep. Now, where the heck was 6, 5?
Well, away the top.
No, you got to come down. Where the heck are all these damn ads? This was 5, Instant Pot, 6. So the 10th was the Bissell carpet cleaner. Then the 9th was Sengled light bulbs. 8 was Apple AirPods. 7 was the toothbrush. 6 was moisturizer, which is sort of weird. 5 was Instapot. Do you guys have an Instapot? I use ours every day. I love my Instapot. Make soups and all sorts of stuff in it. But where did the rest of the article go? Huh.
For a second page?
I don't know. Anyway, the number one was Ancestry. Ancestry was the number one thing that people bought on Black Friday and Cyber Monday was Ancestry, which was to check your genetic makeup. And I thought that's sort of cool, eh? So interesting. All right, let's go down here. Microsoft new window prompts try to stop people from downloading Chrome. This came out this morning. Have you seen this, Bob?
Yeah, but it doesn't prevent you from downloading.
Yeah, but, I'm surprised that Microsoft's doing this because they got nailed in Europe.
They're going to get nailed again.
They're doing all kinds of things with Edge. They're doing all kinds of advertising pop-ups and
yeah.
It happens to be a very good browser, but what they're doing is not so good. And they got burnt on this thing once, and they paid a healthy fine. Mm-hmm. And I got news for you. They're heading in that same direction, and it won't be long, especially when Europe is going to step in. They're going to kick their tush.
Yeah. I thought, they don't learn. Maybe they've got so much money, they just don't care. I don't know.
Well, they're hoping that the amount of money they make, or the amount of money that the advertisement from using their browser will make for them, will be quite a bit less than the fines that they have to pay. Because that's all it's based on. It's just simply economics.
Yeah.
I pay a fine, but I make a lot more with the advertisement that I gain by people using my browser. So who cares?
So I had a really good chat with Jim last night, Jim Gould from Geeks on Tour. We were talking about this. And the interesting thing about, so I just bought a drone, right? And I'm all excited. It's made by a company called DJI, which is probably the leading drone maker in the world today. And of course, there's an app that connects the controller to your phone, right?
Yep.
And of course it's not working on the Pixel 6 phones, but it's not really the Pixel 6 that's the problem. It's Android 12.
Yep.
And this is a big deal. And it's not just DJI that's having problems. And you'll see I've got a couple of other articles of other companies that are having the same problems, is that they have to rewrite their software. This isn't working with Android 12. And I was wondering, have you guys had any other experiences or heard any more about that? Because this is a big deal. I was talking last night because I'm looking at buying a Pixel 6, right? But I haven't made up my mind yet, and I'm sort of sitting on the fence. And then after talking to Jim last night, I'm like, I might just go buy an iPhone because it works on an iPhone. I mean, I need something this is really scary. I just bought all this equipment and
But
it's
it's
not going to work.
but it's not the Pixel 6.
No, it's not. It's Android 12.
It's the Android 12. So
Yeah,
any Android device that updates to 12 is going to have that same problem.
That's
But
right.
I'm sure they have to solve it.
I think so, eh? I mean, that's pretty scary. I'm waiting for Jim's going to go and he's going to load. He's got the same drone and he's going to load. I'm sure he's got Android 12 on his Pixel. He's going to try and see if it works. But anyway, what a bummer.
I'd love to have a drone, but I see as soon as I got one, I'd have it up in the air and it'd go plop right down and break, and that'd be the end of it.
Mm-hmm.
Insurance. It's one of the things that insurance actually helps.
Mm-hmm.
I've had quite a few friends that fly drones regularly, and they say they wouldn't be caught dead without insurance.
Exactly. Again, this was another article that came out this morning. Amazon acknowledges its app store is breaking on Amazon Android 12. A lot of the stuff that they have on theirs isn't working with Android 12. So I guess the reason I put this up this morning was just to make people aware is that Android 12 is causing some problems.
And it's related to security features that are part of Android 12. And actually, can you really blame Android 12, or is it the fact that those security features are not part of the products that are having a problem? Maybe they need to change and upgrade so that we become more secure when we use those apps.
Bob, I think you're right. I think that's exactly the point. JJ says that DJI has 70% of the market and works great with an iPad mini. Yeah, I mean that's for sure. It works great with any of the iPhones as well. So
you've got an iPad.
And it also works on Android devices, provided you're not using version 12. So
I know. Yikes!
And Ron, you do have an iPad.
Oh,
you don't use very much. Yeah.
I forgot about that. I do, don't I?
Uh-huh.
I'll be darned. Hey, Huey, thanks for reminding me. I only use that thing to call the kids, right?
Now you might be able to use it with your drone.
Huey, you're a wonderful guy. You just changed my gloomy day into a great time. That's good because maybe I'll just use it on that's a good use for my iPad now. Excellent idea. Just let everyone know that, and we'll be talking about this. Do you guys get the Chrome OS 96 on your Chromebooks?
Yeah, it updated yesterday.
I'm on 97.
Yeah, but you do the beta.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
and this trick with using it as a document works like a charm.
The only problem is my Chromebook only has the camera facing you. It does not have one facing out. So you got to hold it in front of it, and you can't see because it's the piece of paper is in front of it. It blocks it. But I did try it, and it worked. It worked great.
Yep.
So, Bob, what do you think? How are people going to use this? Because all the Chromebooks I've ever had, it has a forward fit. It's just like for doing selfies, right?
Yep.
It doesn't have the reverse camera. I don't get it. What's
some of the newer ones do have two cameras on them.
Correct. And that particular feature is going to come out in more than just on the Chromebooks.
Well, it's a great feature, but so the other thing is, if anyone knows how, when I turned it on, it had all those all your virtual sessions, 1 to 8, and it had all of it on the top of my screen, and I thought that's really cool, and I thought I can just do my virtual desktops and go all the way to 8, and it's all right there, and then I clicked the button to close it to make it go away because I wanted to see what it looked like, and I can't get it back. Like I've been looking all over. In documentation, I did a Google search on it. I can't get those back up on the screen. I don't know what the command is. So if anyone knows, how to get those virtual screens at OS 96 back, I would be happy to really be all ears to know. I don't suppose you guys know, eh?
Nope.
Did you notice that, Huey? Did you notice that on the top?
I didn't notice. No, I didn't.
Right on the very top. Next time you look on your Chromebook, on the very, very top of the screen, there was the virtual desktops. One, you can have 8. Eh? There was 1 to 8, and it was there, and I thought it was cool. So, but then it went away when I clicked the button, and I don't know how to get it back. So I'll have to figure that out before our learning Chromebooks. Eh?
Yeah, to make some of the people who are watching feel at ease, we do have the same problems you have. I subscribed to something. One of the local newspapers had a great special, so I subscribed to the newspaper. I get a Sunday newspaper and then their daily e-news, or the e-version of their newspaper, for like $56 a year for the whole year, and $10 off because I did it through PayPal. So I thought that was a pretty good deal. But when I went to sign on today, it asked for me to sign on, and it had an old registration with a different email address. And I tried it. It was, I still don't know what it looks like. I'm registered, but I can't sign in certain ways, and it's a hassle. But I'll wait a few more days. Maybe it'll catch up in their system, and then I can call their tech support and get some help.
Got a question for you guys. This is from this is from Roberta. She's first timer and she wants to know, should she trust Alexa or use the Google Nest Hub? What are you guys' thoughts on that?
6 of one, half a dozen of the other.
Yeah.
You either trust Amazon or you trust Google.
If you don't trust either, you don't get one.
Yeah,
correct. But everybody's using them, so we're all in the same boat. We may not trust either of them, but we're still stuck with them. So
yeah.
I've been using it since the Amazon product first came out. I don't like using her name because it sets things off here in the house.
That's correct. Please don't.
But I've been using it since it first came out, and I bought the auto one. And as I was driving out the driveway the other day, the window was open. I noticed I had left the living room light on. So just right from my car, I told her to turn off the living room light, and it went off.
Yep.
So the only thing I can say to Roberta as well would be plan. If you're going to go with Google's, then go all in with Google. Don't mix and match. If you think you might get a Ring doorbell, which of course is Amazon, then you probably want to go down the Alexa route rather than if you have a Nest doorbell, then go the Google route. You have to decide.
I have them both.
Yeah, but you're gonna get confused. Jolyn loves her Google Nest Hub Max. The cameras on that follow you around, and they'll do pretty much a lot of the same thing the portal will do. And my Nest Hub.
I just don't like having a camera inside the house.
There's a little thing you can slide over, and it'll take that out.
I don't think I'd ever use it.
And my Nest thermometer. Good point, Ron. Yeah. So anyway, so coming back. Oh, curse is here. Coming back to our. So that's a good point, and we should probably this year do more. Well, we're gonna.
Jolyn told us in the comments that video is 2 minutes and 34 seconds.
Right. Perfect. You can turn the camera. Yep, you can turn the camera off. Now, the reason I put this on there is I just bought a soundbar for my new 65-inch TCL TV, and I went through a lot of different options, and I don't know anything about. I just put this in to remind myself to tell you this. If you are looking for a soundbar, one of the things that I would encourage you to make sure, and some only have connections by optical cable, some only have connections through Wi-Fi or Bluetooth. For one, my advice to that makes sure that connects.
You're cutting in and out, Ron.
Am I?
Yes.
Yep.
Really? Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I would make sure you use an HDMI so that you can use the audio return channel. There's an HDMI port on the back of most TVs and it says ARC. When you connect the HDMI into that, then you can use the sound volume controller on your remote. It works perfectly. So just when you're choosing them, and there's a huge selection out there, is to please make sure it can connect by HDMI.
And that particular HDMI, if you don't have that connector, it doesn't work, correct?
Right. Amazon, yes, this is the new feature that they're bringing out, is that Alexa devices now are going to be able to detect running water and bleeping appliances. Now, how many bleeping appliances do you guys have?
Stove.
Does your washer when it finishes bleep? Does your dryer bleep?
Yep.
You know, how many does your stove bleep?
Yep.
So you got all these bleeping appliances. Well, now Alexa can listen to these and it can notify you that they're still on or that the device is finished. Suppose your washer is downstairs and it bleeps that it's finished. Well, now Alexa can notify you upstairs or wherever you are that your wash is finished, right? Cool. And
they're running water. Does that mean you got to close the bathroom door now?
Well, if you suppose, well, this could be really interesting. Suppose you're a senior, you did memory problems, and you leave, and you finish in the bathroom, and you leave the faucet on, and then you go out, right? And so this could notify you and say, "Hey, did you turn off the tap?" Right? I mean, so interesting. And so the next phase of this, though, is going to be to custom program it to different sounds. So you'll be able to choose what sounds. You can only do this to the ones that have preset, but they say that the next version of this will be, you'll be able to actually predefine what you want. And I think that's really cool, don't you?
It means you can have it listen to specific sounds, right?
Yeah.
And listen for specific sounds.
Yeah. One of the things they're experimenting with is if you have a heart attack, there's a certain type of breath, certain type of breath that your respiratory rate goes into, and they're experimenting now with listening for that, and they could determine if you're really in crisis mode by listening. So that's sort of cool.
I can tell you one thing. It happened some weeks ago. Alice was coming out of one of the rooms and something had gotten her really, really out of breath. And automatically or almost immediately when she got back into the room close to where a device was, question was, "Are you all right?"
Wow.
That came from Miss A.
Yeah, cool. Yep. Cool. Well, Jim sent me. I've got to get this fella's permission to show it. I might show it on our Monday show. It was an 85-year-old who listened to Geeks on Tour show. I might add, I was the guest speaker, but learned all about the Apple Watch and the cardiac monitor and ECG monitoring, and he picked up atrial fibrillation at home. He felt a little unwell, did his ECG, went to the hospital, had all the tests done, and some treatment, and was sent home to be monitored for atrial fibrillation on his Apple Watch. And he really he wrote this a letter. No, was it a video? Yeah, it was a video that he sent back, and so Jim sent it to me yesterday, and I played it. It's really interesting. He's very well spoken man, and I thought it would be an interesting thing to play. So that was sort of cool. Roberta says, I'm getting Wise floodlight cams. They are supposed to use Nest or Alexa. Anyone using Wise with one of these? Bob, do you have?
I have a regular camera. I don't have the floodlight, but I can control the camera through Miss A. Yes.
Okay. And Dick says, my LG soundbar has an optical connection with my LG TV. My cable company remote and my LG both control the volume on it. Yeah, but sometimes there's a bit of messing around to make that work. It works really well if you just had an HDMI and it comes into your HDMI audio return channel. It all sets it up for you. Let's see what's happening here.
You just went by the one that we were going to talk about.
Oh, yeah. This is the one. So Huey, talk about this. This is now the reason I put this on there because I was looking on online this morning, doing some online shopping, and this is Costco.ca, and this is the bone conduction headset that you have. And tell us about it because you really like this, and we had a big response. I will tell everyone. We had a huge response last Monday when Huey did this. Lots of people were very interested in this. Costco sells it, and it's actually still on sale at Costco. Do you want to sort of comment on that, Huey?
Well, it's a bone conduction. It doesn't. I can put my finger in my ears. There's nothing in my ear or over my ear. It sits in front of my ear. Let's see if you can see it. I can't see it, of course, because I'm moving to the side. But and when I take it off, whoops,
we can't hear you.
It's nicely over the ear and it stays on there nicely. The sound is very good. I don't know whether I'd want to expect the greatest response if you're into music and you want high quality. I'm not sure you're going to get that out of the earpieces, but it's great for what we're using it here.
Voice.
The microphone, I noticed when I talk a little bit louder, it doesn't seem as tinny. There are two microphones in this piece. One is on the side, one is at the end. But I wish it was just a little bit longer and came down, but maybe it's because my face is big. It might fit somebody else better. But I've been happy with it so far, and it doesn't require a lot of charging. It'll go at least 8 hours. It's Bluetooth. So there's no wires. There's no wires on me. I can get up and go in the other room and come back and be listening all the time to a video or to a conference that I'm listening to and so on. So I've been real pleased with it.
Now, Jolin points out that that it's not available at Costco US, and that may be true. This was Costco Canada that I was looking at it, but she says that
Amazon has them.
On it. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's basically the same price as getting it from Aftershocks itself. I noticed the Sam's Club has an Aftershocks. It's a less expensive one, and it doesn't have the microphone on it.
Mm-hmm.
And but it's $160 normal. But on Black Friday it was $50 off, so I got it for $109. So I thought that was a really good price.
Right.
It was $30 off at the Costco in Canada, to answer Jolin's question.
It's $130 at Costco Canada today.
Okay, so it's the same as the U.S. price.
Right.
And it's $30 off.
The brand I have is AII Terrain, and I got them at Amazon. I learned about bone conductive headsets when I became a Google Glass Explorer. Oh, okay. So yeah, so you really, really, really like it. Now, if you had a PC and not a laptop, would you have to get a Bluetooth adapter? Because
I'm on my desk, my NUC computer, and it's got
Bluetooth built in.
It's got Bluetooth built in. Yeah.
Okay.
Mine doesn't have it, the desktop, and I have a tiny little dongle that plugs in, has Bluetooth 5, so
right,
it works like a charm. They're not
expensive.
Now,
the one thing that I don't know whether I mentioned it or not. I might have cut it out in the video that I did. You really want to get Bluetooth 5.0 or above. I think 5.2 is the latest, but you want to have at least 5.0 because the battery life is a lot better, and the distance is, I think, a little bit better as well. The alternate would be one of the older Bluetooth headsets or things that you get is going to be 4.2, and it's the battery life on those are considerably less, whether it be headsets or any other Bluetooth item, speakers.
You'll know the difference. The
Yeah.
4.2 and the 5. With the 5, which is the little dongle that I use, I can walk throughout the whole house and it works. With the other one that still has the old 4.2, I only get to a certain distance and then it's gone.
Yeah.
So big difference.
Yeah, Bluetooth doesn't have a wide range to begin with, but the 5.0 at least increases that a little bit.
So to upgrade to get the latest, do you need a new dongle, or can you actually upgrade it?
You need to get the whole a new piece of equipment.
So it's not like Zoom when it upgrades, it just upgrades itself.
No.
You need to get the new piece of equipment.
It's not software.
Oh.
Can you see this?
That's the dongle.
Okay.
That's.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And the dongle came with the piece of equipment he's got.
Yep. I bought this one and it was under $20.
Okay. Cool. Well, that's great. Jolyn says, yep, Bluetooth all the way. Now, I must tell you, I have a lot of earbuds that I use on my phone, and it's Bluetooth. And I've always sort of thought Bluetooth is a bit of black magic. No one really knows how it works, and it works sometimes and not all the time. I just find it a weird sort of technology. But you haven't had any trouble with your earphones. You haven't had any trouble with that?
No, and I actually got it to work with my Chromebook. And some Bluetooth with my Chromebook has not worked. I tried a Bluetooth mouse with it, and it did not work. So Bluetooth can be spotty at best. So you want to make sure you get whatever you're going to get. You want to make sure that you can return it if it doesn't work.
Right. Bobby says, I love walking with my aftershocks. I can hear my podcast and still hear traffic, bikers, etc. Even though I do not have an extended microphone, I can answer all my cell phone and talk. Works great. Cool. Jolyn says, I cannot use in-ear, painful. I have
the same issue.
Yeah. Yep. I have the Samsung ones, which of course they lay not in the canal, but they lay in the outer part of your ear. They're like a little kidney bean, and they lay in the outer part of your ear. They don't actually go in. And they're actually quite comfortable. I quite like them, and they do stay in, which is sort of interesting. All right. Well, lots of interest on that topic. Well done, Huey. What's this all about? Bob, you said, I just received this from Spotify for Podcaster. What can you tell us?
You have to look at it. Otherwise, no, there's no way to describe it. It's something that Spotify sent, or it's part of Spotify. I don't actually use Spotify, but my podcasts also wind up on Spotify because the company I use is owned by Spotify. And this is a good wrap up, and it gave me an insight of just exactly what's my podcast doing. Is anybody even listening to my podcast?
Yeah.
I put them all out there, but does anybody actually listen? And I'm really surprised.
Yeah, it's like our show today. You wonder, is anyone listening out there?
Correct. You do these things, but you don't ever know whether or not. Maybe you're talking to yourself. Maybe don't bother. Just talk to yourself. But I was pretty surprised.
All right. Okay.
Well, with the podcast, you are talking to yourself, and then you put it out there and hope people listen.
Yep.
Yeah. So this is the same one that we were talking about earlier, as using your Chromebook as a document scanner. I don't know how I'm going to use my Pixel Book as a document scanner. This is going to be an interesting one to figure out. But anyway,
you kind of sort of have to stay on top, over it while you do with your document.
Yeah.
And because it'll capture, and it's hard, but it does work.
I guess you could but if I turn it over to tablet mode and hold it down, I can't see where I'm holding it down.
Yeah, you won't be able to see it.
Right.
Yeah.
I won't be able to see
Correct.
where I'm going, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
Hmm.
I needed it because my driver's license needs to be renewed. I was at the eye doctor yesterday, got the form that I needed, and it's what I used in order to turn that into PDF and ship it off to the motor vehicle department. Because they're not open. You have to do everything online. Well, this is the first time they asked me for proof that my eyes actually still work. I'm not driving with my eyes closed or in total blindness. So,
Jolin says, just connected my headset to my Chromebook too. No issues. Roberta, I have Bluetooth iHome clock radio, a couple of years old. It always drops, even though it's just 20 feet from my desktop router.
Yeah, if it's a couple years old, it's probably 4.2.
yep.
And that'd be probably why.
This is a good question. Bird says, how can I tell what Bluetooth is being used? How do you know?
On a device where you can't, because you can't really do any kind of statistics to see unless you can go on the internet and actually take a look at the device itself, because you should be able to do a search for that device,
right?
Make and model, and it should tell you what the specifics are.
But if your computer is 4.2 and the item is 5, it still will work, but it's going to work at 4.2.
4.2.
So you want to. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if Windows will give you in the specs when you go look. I don't know if it tells you what version of Bluetooth you have or not.
I bet it does. Sorry, Roberta, we don't know the answer to that, but I'm gonna hunch that if you look in the settings in Windows, if it's a Windows machine, I bet it tells you. I don't know that, so.
Or do a quick Google search and say, how do I tell which version of Bluetooth I have?
Yeah. Good point. So this is the same thing we talked about. Same thing there. So should we buy an iPhone? 23% of the market. It's dethroning Samsung. And so, I think Jim Gould's told me he's getting a new iPhone. Chris has got the Samsung 21 Ultra. So I don't know, you guys. What do you think? I should buy an iPhone? It's
buy one of each. Why not?
It's 23%. The world is buying all the iPhones, right?
If you can get 1%, because they're having trouble getting the parts.
Yeah. If it's 23%, it means 77% are not using one.
Indeed. Well, I think that's about it.
Yeah, we're getting up on the time too.
Right. We are. And Apple's coming out next year with their virtual reality headset. It should be out in the first quarter, eh? Is
it going to be in their Apple car?
Can you imagine driving?
There's still rumors of them having a car coming.
Yeah, that's interesting. Bob, did you notice that you were on our front page of our...
Of course I did. I not only post on that page, I also look at our...
So I try to get everybody... I rotate everybody so they all get to be on the front cover of each... All right. And the other thing, Bob, this was great. I think most people know now, but do you want to talk about the auto update feature briefly before we close on the Zoom?
Yeah, if you've updated to the latest version of Zoom, then from now on you can have it automatically update, and you can have two choices: either the tested version, which doesn't have any problems, or you can be like me and get the latest release. You might have some problems, but at least you get to find out what's coming next first.
So that is cool. And you did a video on that as well. So you have a video on your site. Did we play that last Monday? I can't remember.
Yes, we did.
Okay, so it's on our show as well. We played it last Monday. And that will tell us because that's great. You don't have to update the darn thing anymore. I always wonder why it just didn't automatically update. Like, what the heck?
I'm not sure whether we played it on the last show or not. I don't remember which one we did. So much has happened this last week.
Right.
My head is spinning.
Well, Bob, if we didn't do it, I'll have a look at the feed from last Monday. If we didn't do it, we should do it this coming Monday for sure, because I think everyone should know about the auto update feature.
Yep.
Okay. That's good. Well, I think it's a wrap. I think we've
Oh my goodness.
My coffee cup's empty, and I think we've done it. So I want to thank everyone for coming, everyone listening today. If you want to listen to it again, it's recorded. We record this, and it's recorded in either on our YouTube channel or actually on our Facebook as well. And I didn't even know, but did you know that StreamYard records it as well? And all the episodes we did is actually in our StreamYard recording library, which I thought,
wow.
Yeah, so we got 3 copies. So if you ever, so it's all there. So
can that be accessed by the public on StreamYard?
I don't know. I don't know. I something I can look into. But it's all there. Anyway, we'll see everyone. Don't forget to come to our Monday show. We're going to be talking about all sorts of exciting things, and we'll be talking more about the Portal TV, and we've got a really big show coming for you on Monday, and then of course we'll be back here next Thursday as we get closer to Christmas. Hugh, are you going to do you did last year this time you did what to buy tech people for Christmas? You did your Christmas tech.
Yeah, I think we've been covering that in all these meetings now. I'm not sure whether it's needed.
All right.
And next Thursday, I'm not going to be here.
Aren't you?
No.
Oh, before I forget, next Monday I won't be there.
You guys,
I'm doing a presentation.
All right.
And you'll be doing whatever I have and whatever you want. I'll have the recordings to you so that you can still show them. But I will be busy doing a presentation for a club in Arizona.
All right. And I'm sure Ray would have been here today, but he's doing a presentation as well. So anyway, well, that happens. We'll make do. We'll talk. We never seem to have trouble talking, right?
And topics to talk about.
Topics. All right. So thanks everyone for coming. We will see you, shortly. Bye now.
Bye.
Bye.